Hey guys, how you doing today? I am remaking this video. This is going to be a video which is showing a noob guide to Mortal Online, specifically if you spawn in this town called Meduli, and and then after that I'll be doing like a town guide, like a tour of the town. So it will be first a noob guide for making some money, and then a bit of a tour of this town to tell you about everything in the town. For those of you who regularly watch my YouTube stuff, I apologise for the last two videos. I didn't realise the microphone crackling issue was so serious, so as soon as I realised that, I took the videos off of YouTube, and that's why I'm remaking them. So I'm sorry about that, and hopefully these ones will be a lot better. I think I fixed the issue. Okay, so if you're a noob in this game, then it's quite hard. You usually spawn here if you spawn in Meduli, so you have no idea what to do. There's some kind of tutorials, but one of the big things that people ask me is they don't really know how to make any money, or they kind of are not sure about the best way of making money as a noob. So I'm just going to tell you some of the basic things that you can do in this town, so you can start off and make a little bit of money. You won't be making a lot of money, but you'll be making a little bit of money really, and it's a good way for you to start off and start your character in this game. Okay, one of the first things you can do is you can find a mushroom trader. This guy is a mushroom trader. You can find a mushroom, and when you find a mushroom, there's usually quite a few around. I think it depends how many other people have been trying to pick them. Yeah, there's a mushroom here, so you press L. Everyone, I think, automatically gets the gathering skill. It looks like a hand. You need to drag it onto your hotbar. So mine is on number 1, so I just need to target. And by the way, if you double tap the tab button, then the targeting reticle is up the whole time. Makes things easier. Just need to double tap the tab button. So then you can target a mushroom, press your assigned hotkey, which for me is 1, it will pick up the mushroom. You can then sell those to the mushroom trader, and he will give you a little bit of money. Like I said, and especially for the mushrooms, you don't earn a lot of money. It's a very basic way, but you know, you can do it if you want, just to earn a tiny bit of money. Oh, there's something else up here which I need to say about, which I nearly forgot about. You can actually do fishing in the game, but when I have tried it, I don't find it's really worth it, because you really don't earn a lot of money from fishing. So you can come here, and this guy will sell you fishing rods and reels and hooks, and then you have to get some kind of a bait, like anything you can use as a bait, I think, food or anything like that. And then you can go over here and have a go at fishing on one of the piers over here. Personally, I didn't find it was that worthwhile, because it would take a while for you to catch a fish, and they weren't worth a lot of money. That's why you don't see a lot of people who are fishing, in my opinion. Yes. But if people are interested in that, just let me know, and I can actually make a video of how to do that, because I do have a fairly good technique for fishing. It just doesn't earn you a lot of money. So if you want me to do another video on that, just let me know. Okay, so then one of the reasons why people always associate this game with wood chopping, or they say this is the wood chopping game, something like that, is because you spawn in with an axe. You spawn into the world with an axe, so you can basically go to L. I think the first time you equip your axe, it automatically gives you the skill, I think, but it was such a long time ago that I can't remember exactly. But anyway, yeah, so then the wood cutting thing, it will come up here, and you just assign it again to your hotbar. And then when you're here, you equip your axe and you press the hotkey. And the thing that's a little bit cool about this is it's automatic. So as soon as you press your assigned hotkey, it will start to cut down the tree, or take wood from the tree automatically. However, the trees will deplete, so I think roughly about maybe 10-15 minutes of cutting, and then it will deplete. This is a good way, I think, of stopping AFK kind of people who will just basically do that the whole the time. Yeah, and also your axe will break after a period of time. It takes a while, but it will break. So then after you have cut the wood, you can sell the wood to any of these NPC traders here or over here. Again, that isn't really going to earn you a lot of money, but it's a good way of you kind of starting off, and you can make a little bit of money, but you're not going to make loads of money from that really. You can also pick beans and flowers. You can basically pick anything in the world that you see, and you'll be able to sell it to NPC vendors. Some of the plants and stuff are worth quite a lot of money, but they are not in this area. It would take you a long time for you to get to those areas, and as a noob it's not really realistic. So really I would say that the picking flowers and all that kind of stuff here, or the plants, is not really worth it. Now, one good way for a noob to make a little bit of money, I believe, is you can try to come here and kill pigs. This is called the pig fields in Meduli. You see all these pigs, you see this guy here is trying to kill them. So as well as being a good way of leveling up a fighter character, you can also obviously come here and you can kill the pigs, and then you can sell the carcasses on to a butcher. So even if you're a complete and utter noob, you don't know how to butcher, you can still find a butcher in the world, like a character, like a player who's a butcher, and they will usually buy your carcasses off of you. Yes, but of course I have another video about learning how to be a butcher. You can search for it on my channel, but I wouldn't really say it's very easy for absolute new person in the game, because you do need a little bit of resources. You can buy the various lore and skill books for that. So yeah, I think when you're very early in the game, you're a noob, then you basically need to find a butcher. Yes, you do. Now, the reason I'm bringing you over this part of Meduli, now the area that I showed you with the guy who has all of the fishing stuff is here, and I believe I picked the mushrooms around here just to kind of help you to orientate where I am in Meduli. So then if you come over here, this is also quite a good area for noobs to earn a bit of money, and I think the pigs and also the thing that I'm going to show you now, I think is where you can earn the most amount of money as a noob. You can earn a fair amount, in terms of being a noob. I think the pig carcasses and this that I'm going to show you are probably the higher earning things, if you know what I mean. Now you'll see these shiny things. When you see these shiny things, basically you can just pick them up in the same way we picked up the mushrooms, and I think you need to pick up the ones out of the water, because that just gave me water anyway. So yeah, here they are. You press 1 on the shiny thing and it will pick it up, and these things are worth a reasonable amount of money. Oh, I think I just picked up salt. So actually these things are not worth a lot of money. Is it this thing? Yeah, here we go. This is the thing that's worth a lot of money. Well, it isn't worth a lot of money, but for a noob, it's called BOL. Again, this one is just giving me water, I think. It's not really showing up, it's a bit laggy. Where did my horse? Oh, my horse is there, lol. Oh, there's one up here. Okay, finally. So I just accidentally picked up salt, so ignore that first thing. I haven't really done this for a while, but yeah. Oh, here we go. So this shiny thing called BOR, Bore. So for a noob, that stuff is quite valuable. You can pick it up here. If you follow over the hill and follow the water, you'll find more in that direction, and also in the other direction over here. You just need to follow the water and you'll find more of them. You basically go there and collect as many as you can, spend an hour or so, and you know, you would probably earn quite a lot of money. So if you're not very good at killing the pigs, this might be another option that is good. Okay, so now we're going to start the Meduli guide. Over here is the graveyard. This is where undead will spawn all the time out the graveyard. You can go over there and you can kill them. They will drop things, and it's a good way for you to build up a fighter character or practice like fighting. But most of the undead, they don't really drop anything exciting, really. They don't really drop a lot, so I wouldn't really say it's anything that exciting. Yeah, you will see some houses have got house vendors, but it seems at the moment house vendors are bugged. So it's quite... Oh, there you go. So this guy has got a lot of stuff for sale, so ignore that. So yeah, sometimes you can find reasonable stuff in house vendors. The one thing I don't like about this one is he's renamed everything, so you can't see any of the materials that he used. So you might actually buy that equipment and then maybe it's made out of a really bad material and it's not actually worth the money. But anyway, you can have a look at house vendors, and sometimes you can find swords and stuff like that for you to buy. But I found recently that the most house vendors are not very active, because I think they're still kind of bugged. Okay, so over here is where I showed you the fishing guy. If you go over in this direction, let's ride the horse, because it's a little bit of a way. When you go over here, this is an area where you have to be really careful, because it's got some quite expensive books in it. And I think I said earlier that we're starting the Meduli tour, the guide of Meduli now. I'll say it again just to make sure that you know we've changed. Yeah, so here we got some important but quite expensive books, like heavy armor books, things about pole axes and various laws that are to do with high-end materials in the game. So you need to be very careful when you come here, because this area is actually outside of the guard zone area. Heavy armor, this is quite important. You'll need that at some point if you're, especially if you're making a fighter character. So yeah, you'll probably have quite a lot of money on you, so when you come here you need to be careful that there isn't anyone here who's trying to kill you and take all your money. All the time I've been playing this game, I've never had anyone try to ambush me there, but you never know, just to warn you guys. So then we're heading back into the main area in Meduli. This area over here, this is going to be the new, I think it's called Tindrum. So when Awakening is out, the new expansion, Tindrum is over in this direction. But anyway, we're talking about Meduli, but I just thought I would mention that because I'm quite excited about the whole expansion thingamajiggy. Okay, let's hop off the horse again. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the alternative storage area in Meduli. Now I already showed you this is the thing where you buy all of the fisherman stuff from this guy. This woman here has some books and lore stuff, right? So you might need that at some point, because you will need the skill books for various reasons. If you want to be a butcher, for example, you need skill books about laws of the materials and the animals. If you want to make swords, you need to get the books so you learn how to make swords. And really, if you can't find a book, then just search online. There's loads of guides online about that stuff. So this is the storage. This is the second storage. This one is hardly ever all that busy, so it's a great thing that if you see there's loads of guides at the other storage and you have loads of money on you or something, then you want to come here. You're less likely to get stolen from or griefed or anything like that, because sometimes in this town it can be full of like griefers and stuff. It's kind of annoying. Okay, we got the helpful man here for some new tips. I already talked about the mushroom trader even, and we've got a couple of armor vendors. Usually it's better if you try to buy armor from other players, because the armor will be better and probably cheaper, I would imagine. But if you really can't, there are some of the guys, some of the NPC vendors will have armor. Here is the library where you buy all those skill books, and again, if you are not sure what skill books you will need for a certain profession or task in the game, just have a look online. There are like loads of guides, because if you have a look, there's so many books here, it becomes so kind of hard and very confusing. You know, even after you play the game for a while, you still have to occasionally have a look at that stuff online just to make sure. This guy is a workbench vendor, so you can buy various workbench things. I've never actually used this before. I believe this is for you to add to your house, but I might be wrong. So let's go out of here. Okay, then the next area is over here. We've got a fighter tutor, so if you're new in the game and you want to be a fighter, you can go here, you can learn stuff. We got a tutor here for being a gatherer tutor. We've got a house vendor for you to buy houses from, house blueprints from, I should say. A tabar, a tailor, which is basically another one of the NPC vendors, and another NPC vendor here. There are two NPC vendors here, not that important, but this one used to be bugged. I don't know if they have fixed him yet, but he always used to be bugged, so I always used to go to the other one like every time. Okay, so this is where, if you're a butcher, this is where you will come for you to butcher stuff. It's the butcher bench, like I said earlier. If you want to learn more about that stuff, I have another video that talks about all of that stuff. Now, the second floor of these kind of buildings is really good if you want to scout out an area, because as you can see quite a lot of stuff just outside of Meduli and all around the main areas of Meduli. So by using these areas, you can have a look and scout out if there are like thieves around, or if you want to keep an eye on a certain person or something like that. It's quite handy. Okay, as you can see, there's someone here chopping wood. That's why it's called the chopping wood game by a lot of people. It's kind of funny. Okay, so then we have this guy. Is not that important, don't worry about him. This is for you to send or receive post in the game, so obviously other players can send you stuff, but for you it's also helpful for you to send stuff to your other characters. My horse is still stuck over there, lol. Yeah, you can use it to send stuff from one character to another character, because everyone is allowed to have 3 characters per each account that they own, so you can transfer stuff easily using this, but all of the characters that you are transferring things to and from need to be in the same town, or it won't work. This is where you can pick up jobs, like transport jobs, but most of the time this system is not really used. I don't know why. It probably is not working that well. I've never really looked into it, but people are able to come here and set a task and ask people to transfer things for them. But like I said, most of the times I have a look here, it's not very occupied. Okay, my horse is still stuck over there. I'll go and sort him out later. There is a grocer here, so you can pick up some basic food. Again, it's usually better for you to buy food from other players who can make really awesome food, because food is quite important in this game because it helps with your health and stamina regeneration, so it's quite important. But if you have no other option, you can buy food from this guy. Now if we go over here, there's another guy, kind of like a dodgy tutor guy. He is called Shady Figure. This is how you can learn how to be a thief. If you want to be a thief, this is where you should come. I was actually watching a video of a guy who was a thief when the game was in beta, or when it first started, and it seemed like it was very easy way back then to be a thief, but they've kind of altered it these days, so it is a fair bit harder these days. You can't just easily steal from people. It's a bit harder now, so if you're thinking you want to be a thief in the game, it's not quite as easy as it used to be, I believe. And I think that you can't really ever earn a lot of money in this game as a thief. Like, you are never going to get a lot of money from that. Okay, so the bow creation area, arrow creation area, I believe, or maybe that's just there for fun, I have no idea. This is the utility vendor. This is the one guy in this area that will sell you an axe and a sword, but they're the very basic ones, and he also has some other stuff. Over here is where you can craft weapons up here, I believe. Yep, you can make your weapons up here. And downstairs over here is where you can craft shields and armor. Over here. Yep, and there's lots of people running around in this game with no clothes on. Actually, it hasn't been so bad recently. I think people have kind of gotten over that a little bit. This area is the big storage, so it's the same as the other storage, just a bigger area. This one is very popular, so you get a lot of people here, therefore you can get a lot of griefers here and all that. This guy is the guy who will sell you stuff for your horse, like bags, saddles, blinkers, all that kind of stuff for your horse. And then the stables for your horse are over here. So you go over there and you press R on the guy who's standing outside the stable. You put your ticket, your receipt for your horse in the small little box. You press OK and your horse will appear. Or vice versa, for you to put it in the stable, but you have to pay a little bit of money each time. I think it's 1 silver coin you have to pay to put your horse in the stable. Oh, and by the way, one other little noob tip is, if you have a horse, you have to make sure, if your horse is out of the stable, that when you log off, that you make sure that you are sitting on the horse, because if you are sitting on the horse will basically vanish from the game when you log out. If you don't sit on the horse when you log out and the horse is in the world still, other people try and kill it and grief it and stuff like that. So that's another little tip. Now if we come over here, just want to show you one more thing. I believe I've shown you everything. I can't think of anything else. Oh, I forgot to actually tell you about a bit of a tip about this town. When you're at the big storage, you have to be very careful, and I'll quickly explain why. Oh, and I forgot to say about the priest. Oh my goodness. Let's go over here. The priest is over here. This is the guy that you need to go to when you are dead and you need to respawn. But he will not let you respawn unless you're blue. You see there's a little shield thing at the top of the screen. That needs to be blue, which means you're friendly or whatever the word is, so then he will let you respawn. If you're red or grey or whatever it is other than that, he won't allow you to respawn. Yes. So that's the priest. And then, yeah, you have to be careful. I'll show you why. You have to look up here. Anytime you go and look at the storage, especially if the town is very, very busy at a popular kind of time of day, you need to be careful, because a thief can actually come up here, and a thief can look down and can target you while you're at storage. You see, I can actually target from up here. So what that means is, if you're not very careful, a thief can basically stand up here and have a look through your pockets whilst you are at storage. And obviously when you're at storage, you're more likely to have valuable stuff on you. So just be careful when you're at storage. You need to look up here every time just to be sure there's not a thief. Most of the time the thieves are the characters with the pointy ears, because they are the best thief characters. They have the best skills for a thief, I believe, the ones with the pointy ears. So especially if you see a guy up there and he has a character with pointy ears, then you know pretty much he's going to be a thief. I mean, they don't all have pointy ears, but pretty much I'd say 8 out of 10 have pointy ears. Okay, so this is nearly the end of my guide. Just going to show you one more thing. And by the way, if there's anything that I have missed, and if you're an experienced player and you saw that I have missed something, if you just write in the comments, and then that will let people know. I mean, I don't really plan out all my videos perfectly. I kind of do them on the fly, you know. Okay, so this is the area you would come if you're doing some kind of like mining stuff. So there's like, I mean, I have never really looked into the mining stuff. Maybe in the future I might do, but this is where you come to like grind and refine all your stuff about mining. And you also get the extraction stuff here. He's an extractor tutor, so this is where you'll get the skill that you can actually put on your hotbar from this guy. Okay, so I think I might have done this video a little bit slower than the other times, because, you know, maybe I'm a bit tired of doing this video. Hope it wasn't too long, and I hope it helped you guys out. And I'll be making other MortalOnline videos. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.